It is the final night of the 2026 Saudi Pro League season, and the title is still to be decided. Will it be Al Nassr's or their capital rivals, Al-Hilal's? Welcome to Riyadh from wherever you are joining us. We're hoping you are looking forward to this as much as we are. Al Nassr against Damac here. The visitors still need a positive result to potentially ensure their survival too. But right back at the start of the season, Cristiano Ronaldo made a bold prediction. We're about to find out if that's going to come true.
Al-Ahli win the Saudi Super Cup.
Gonna win the league. Gonna win the league.
Al Nassr, is this their year?
It is an explosive start to Al Nassr's season, and a glittering beginning as well for their new head coach, Jorge Jesus.
They've come to the home of the champions, and it's a huge win for Al Nassr. 4 wins out of 4.
As a team, we are amazing. If we are all together, we will be closer to the title.
7 victories out of 7 for Al Nassr.
Ronaldo! Sensational!
Nobody win the championship in the middle. We have to continue.
16 wins in a row for Al Nassr.
Cristiano Ronaldo brings up a century of goals in the Roshan Saudi League and has moved his team to within 90 minutes of clinching the title.
The 7-year wait goes on for Al Nassr. But there's 2 sides to this tale tonight, because Fabio Carril's Damac still need a point for survival. It is Paul Robinson, beautifully poised this evening.
This is what we've all been waiting for, and this is why Cristiano Ronaldo has come to Saudi Arabia. This is the league title he's been chasing. Had such a good start to the season. Al Nassr won the first 10 games in a row. They've actually only conceded 27 league goals this season, a real improvement. 1 league defeat at home all season. Last week against Al-Hilal, it was heartbreak. They'll be hoping for a lot more this evening, and it's in their own hands. They win, and they get the trophy.
And the little bit of hope that Al-Hilal have is that Damac have something to play for of real significance tonight as well, because a point for them will ensure survival.
Their league status is on the line as well. I mean, they're a team that are not in great form. They're low scorers. They won the last game, though, against Al-Fayha after 3 straight defeats. 16 defeats this season, only 6 wins. It's a big, big ask, but if they want to stay in this league, they have to get something here this evening.
Right, let's show you the starting lineup, shall we, for Al Nassr tonight. Just a little glance at that, but before we get into all of the team news, we are going to bring you some of the games that are taking place elsewhere this evening. 2 matches last night. Al-Ahli's final game of their season saw them win 4-1 at Al Khalij, a victory for Al Najma as well. But in terms of the significant games affecting the one that we're watching tonight, Al-Hilal away at Al-Fayha, who were beaten by Damac last time out, and Al-Riyadh, the team that are fighting for survival right now as well. They're at home to already relegated Al-Awwal. We'll show you that league table so you are right across the picture tonight. This is how it looks at the top. So a win for Al Nassr will guarantee the league title. However, if they are not victorious tonight and Al-Hilal win their game, then Al-Hilal will win the title, because they have a better head-to-head record. It is a head-to-head record for 4 goal difference in the Saudi Pro League. And Al-Hilal, having beaten Al Nassr and drawn, as we will all remember last week, they've got the better head-to-head record over Al Nassr, so the title will be theirs if they win and Al Nassr do not this evening. Down at the bottom, similar situation really with Damac and Al-Riyadh, because Damac have got a better head-to-head record between those 2 teams, so a point will be enough tonight regardless of whether Al-Riyadh beat Al-Awwal. They'll both potentially finish on 30 points, but Damac would be the ones that survive. But of course, if Damac lose and Al-Riyadh win, then Damac will be relegated in the capital this evening. so much belief. I'm sure there'll be a big dose of nerves as well that will be reverberating around the Al-Awwal stadium ahead of kick-off this evening. And this is what the Al Nassr team looks like. 2 changes, and actually both of the changes from the draw with Al-Hilal here are in the centre of midfield. So Ayman Yahya and Abdullah Al-Khaibari come in. Marcelo Brozovic is injured. Ali Al-Hassan also dropping out. So they are the changes for Al Nassr. Angelo back on the bench as well, which is a boost for Jorge Jesus, just in terms of having an extra attacking option to utilise from his substitutes this evening. And for the visitors, Damac, the significant piece of team news is that Valentin Fada, the Argentinian, who is their leading scorer this season, in fact he's got more than twice as many goals as any other player in this Damac team, he is suspended, so he's not able to play tonight. Abdullah Al-Qaitani is also missing, so from their victory over Al Fayha last time out, Roubaix comes in, and it is going to be a back 5 from the visitors, as well as Dari Al-Anazi, a former youth player with Al Nassr. Well, I just wonder how much this team are going to be affected by everything that's happened across the last week. They were seconds away from winning the league title when they led Al-Hilal and then conceded late on. And then, of course, at the weekends, they've been beaten in that Champions League 2 final as well.
It's been an incredibly disappointing week for Al Nassr. You look at the season that they've had, to lose out in the final, what was it, 3 seconds against Al-Hilal, and especially in the manner that they did. The long throw, the own goal from Bento. I mean, it was a terrible ending to a game. And then when you look at the Champions League again, you know, they've got knocked out that, lost that in the final. That man there, he's absolutely desperate for silverware, and this league title is exactly what he wants. This is the reason that he's come to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and yet again he's got an opportunity to do that this evening. A really good opportunity. You look at his stats, you look at his statistics, he's been absolutely fantastic once again. Ever nearing that 1,000 goal mark.
Well, Damac not the primary story tonight, but they could make themselves the story. A point will guarantee survival regardless of the Al Riyadh score. 3 without a win until last week, and then they beat Al Fayha, and they're in the driving seat now in terms of staying in the league. It's a really big ask for them this evening. You know, they have to get something tonight. To Al Riyadh, we're looking at their game. Already relegated, Al Riyadh at Al Dude. It's a difficult game. And I think for Damac tonight, it's a big ask. I think they're relying on other people. Only 6 league clean sheets all season. It's a big task for them. It's all about Al Nassr and the party this evening. And this place is ready to party should Al Nassr get the job done. Let's hear from the 2 coaches ahead of kick-off.
Hoje é o jogo do tudo ou nada, ou seja, tivemos 11 meses para que este dia acontecesse. Hoje temos a possibilidade do nosso estádio, com os nossos fãs, de ganharmos o jogo e sermos campeões da Arábia Saudita, que é o nosso grande objetivo, e acreditamos que temos capacidade para que isso possa acontecer e que os nossos fãs estejam com a equipa, ajudem a equipa a ganhar este título, que é um título muito desejado para a nação do Al Nassr.
Sim, último jogo da temporada, um jogo decisivo para as 2 equipes, o Nassr para ser campeão e a gente para permanecer na divisão, né? Realizado com o trabalho até agora, pela recuperação do time na competição, né? Dos 17 pontos que conquistamos e que coloca nós nessa última rodada em condição de permanência. Então as ideias que a gente seja muito aguerrido, tenha muita coragem dentro de campo e faça por merecer um bom resultado.
Al Nassr's date with destiny. A week on from the pain of being a mere seconds away from winning the Saudi Pro League title. This is their second chance, and this certainly is their final chance. Win tonight against Damac, and they will be crowned champions. Fail to do so, and Al-Hilal can snatch it away. But the tale is far more reaching than that, though. Damac might need a draw here to ensure their own survival. They begin the night 2 points above the bottom 3. But the eyes of the world are on Al Nassr. A severe 7-year itch. Can they end that wait for a league title tonight. So, the last dance of this fascinating, enthralling Saudi Pro League season. And it is going right to the wire, at the top and the bottom. And I imagine, regardless of your vested interest in football, in the kingdom and beyond, they will be all eyes on this one tonight. Some missable content. Here come the team of officials to be given the match ball by the chief sponsors, Madden. And there is the name of Sultan Al Ghanam on the back of that shirt, who could be missing for quite some time now, having sustained a tear in his anterior cruciate ligament, so all our thoughts are with him. What a blow that he's not going to be able to play a part in what could be a significant night in Al Nassr's history. And there are the two captains, Cristiano Ronaldo, Abdelkader Bedrain of Damac, and of our team of officials tonight led by Khalid Al-Tarais. The support of those as well in the VAR hub. Is it going to be a case of a mental reset for Al Nassr? I know it's the final day and all of that, but it sort of feels like that might be the necessary requirement.
Such a huge occasion for them. We were here inside this stadium only a week ago, we thought they had it done, and they thought they had it done. They thought they had the league title, they thought they'd won. 3 seconds to go, and to lose in such a, well, it feels like a loss, but it wasn't a loss, it was a draw. And to end the game in such a way, I mean, it must have a mental impact on these players, and that man especially, Bento, left out the Brazil squad this week as well. It's a huge test for them, the defeat in the Champions League 2 final, but coming here again to the stadium, it's home, it's familiar to them. And these supporters, again, like the team, they thought it was done. The incredible support that they bring week in and week out. And they're here tonight, they believe, and he absolutely believes. And that's the message that he's given his team. We believe, we've got the mentality, we do it here tonight. Exactly the words he'll be saying.
You've seen Cristiano Ronaldo through the years be pumped up, but that's little insight there into that team huddle. Tells you everything you need to know about what this means to him, to this club. Riyadh is ready, we hope you are too. After a fascinating few months, it all comes down to this. Al Nassr in control of their fate, win and the Saudi Pro League title is theirs. But Damac have got everything to fight for as well. Their own situation far from clear. 2 points above the relegation zone. They may very well need a positive result here. But Paul Robinson, this is the chance for Al Nassr to end the long wait for a trophy that they so badly crave.
It's a big ask for Damac coming here this evening, and you can see already how submissive they are with possession. That back five that we spoke about prior to kick-off, the defensive shape, all those red shirts, immediately they drop off, allow Al Nassr the possession. The territorial advantage will be for Al Nassr, and it's about patience for them. They have to take their time in the build-up. That man there, been there many times, done it many a times, been there, done it, won it. But what he would give for a win tonight, and that all-elusive title for Al Nassr. 2019, it's been a while, and don't they know it?
Said this week, George Jesus, if I had to choose to win one trophy this season, it would be the league. That was my focus from day one. And that now is the only trophy that Al Nassr can win this season. And it is Fabio Carril's Damac, whose job it is to try and quieten the noise of this raucous stadium. First delivery into the Al Nassr penalty area, and away it goes from Al Amri. Yes, it was his centre-back partner, wasn't it, Mohamed Simakan last week, who rather surprisingly popped up with the opening goal and for so long looked like the winning goal against Al-Hilal. He's the one who's come out of that centre-back position to win it back for Al Nassr and to get them moving as well. Here's Inigo Martinez, trying to thread it through for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's enough on it from the Spaniard to the Portuguese, but maybe a sign of some early Damac nerves.
Brozovic will be a big miss for Al Nassr this evening. We know his creativity, and he sits in that holding midfield role. Quite a lot of what they do go through him when you talk about breaking the lines. He's there, he always finds those spaces. It's going to be a big miss. They've got a lot of quality to Al Nassr, and you would think that they will get the job done. It's about patience.
Felix, one of the star players of this Al Nassr team this season. Hurried forward by Kevin, but with accuracy towards Al-Nazi. Taken off him by Felix. Mane now. One back again by Tariq Abdullah for Damac. An issue for Al-Nazi that is going to require some attention.
What they'd give for an early goal, Al Nassr. I think we'll see this playing out for the early part of this game anyway. Trying to stay in the game, Damac, trying to keep a clean sheet as long as they can. We say it all the time, but this is one of those games that you break down into sections. Get to 20 minutes, keep a clean sheet for 20 minutes, get to half-time, and they'll try and stay in the game as long as they can. That man there has been around a long time, the Brazilian coach, 11 clubs as a manager. Let's not forget, manager Al Ittihad, Al-Awwal, albeit a long time ago. But he's got a big job on his hands this evening.
Martinez, who of course was the one that was involved in the regrettable moment, the bumping with Bento that led to the Al-Hilal equaliser last week.
We couldn't believe what we were watching, could we? We really couldn't believe what we saw.
I can still barely believe it now, and
there was nobody anywhere near either of them, was there? I mean, the long throw came in, the goalkeeper came out, and there was nowhere near either of the two players. I mean, you couldn't even write a script for a movie that ended like that. It was incredible.
And that just makes you wonder what the script says tonight. And he'll want to be front and centre of it, Cristiano Ronaldo. Sadio Mane has been a big part of this football club for the past couple of seasons as well. Bring your goals as and when they go in from those crucial games elsewhere tonight that affect these two clubs. Al-Hilal at the top, Al-Riyadh down at the bottom. Here's Kingsley Coman. Felix. Claimed by Kevin. Doesn't appear to be in a hurry already, does he?
I think we've seen in these early stages, Damac certainly won't be in a hurry. They're not overly playing out from the back either. We'll see them taking no risks. The ball will go long. They'll take their opportunity on the counter-attack. We know that Al Nassr play that high defensive line, so they may look to play in behind at times where we've seen them exposed. But actually, Al Nassr this season, they've got a really good defensive record.
And Al-Hilal have scored already tonight at Al Fayr inside the first few minutes. Sultan Mandash has given Simone Inzaghi's team the lead. So, as it stands, long way to go, clearly. But if it stayed as it is now, it would be Al-Hilal's title tonight, not Al Nassr's. And that scoreline, I imagine, will be rippling through this stadium right now.
Well, they know what they've got to do, Al Nassr. They've got to win this game. There's no way you can go into a game and try and get the draw or manufacture a result. They know tonight, Al Nassr, that they have to win.
Damac free kick, a little too lengthy for Jamal Harkas, Moroccan centre-half. There's another early goal tonight in the game between Al-Ittihad, who for the next 85 minutes we can still call the champions of the Saudi Pro League. KSA leading by a goal to nil. Al-Awwal has got it. Also off to a fast start, Al-Riyadh tonight, who have gone 1-0 up against Al-Awwal, who, remember, have already been relegated.
Well, that affects this game, surely, doesn't it? That means that Damac now have to get some kind of result here, because Al-Riyadh are beneath them.
That is the scenario, 2 points above the bottom three at the start of the evening, Damac. Because of that head-to-head record with Al-Riyadh, a point here will be enough for survival, but if they lose and Al-Riyadh win, then Damac go down tonight. So there are so many intriguing plot lines. Here's Mane. This is Ronaldo, who has taken a tumble, but with good vision, the referee waves away the protests. And the whistle does go, but it's a Damac free kick.
Questioning the referee, Ronaldo, he gets there first. I think he leaves his foot there to instigate the contact. Referee was right there on the spot, immediately said no, but he will question him.
He's got a great goal-scoring record against Damac as well, Ronaldo. 7 goals in his 5 games against them, including a hat-trick in his very first appearance against them back in February 2023. It's confirmation of those goals that have gone in elsewhere. Kick headed away by Bouchal. Further forward by Martinez for Al Nassr. This is the league table as it stands now. Coman, but remember, we need to get clarity on that because it would be Al Hilal's title as it stands. Coman swings it in, that's blocked. Joao Felix. Through to Mane. Mane doesn't get the corner because the offside flag is up against him.
Looks like he's given a slightly freer role tonight, Sadio Mane, as we know, occupies that left-hand side, and how well he does it. He's popped up on 1 or 2 occasions in the middle there. That time he tried to break the defensive line, flagged offside. Referee already having a word with the goalkeeper. Time wasting. The Al Nassr fans inside the stadium know exactly what's going on.
Well, they were only beaten 1-0 by Al Hilal at the end of April, Damac. They got a point against Al Qadisiyah last month as well. This team have tended to give the heavyweights of the league a run for their money this season.
Yeah, 2 wins in their last 16 away, though. It doesn't bode well for Damac. It was always going to be a huge challenge for them. When you want to stay in a league of such quality like this, you don't leave it to the last game when you're playing the potential champions.
Largely at the feet of those in white so far. And Coman has it taken from him, and Simakan's boot was high. And I'm not surprised that Tariq Abdullah isn't jumping to his feet off the back of that.
Yeah, I think there's a case for Abdullah ducking his head low as well. You can see that Simakan's foot was clearly high. The referee's been quite sensible this early on. Not a lot of contact, as we can see. Simakan purely on instinct. Maybe I take that back. It was a high foot without the contact. That shows you there from the goalkeeper. The long ball, they've got no intention of playing out. They've got no build-up play. They're here to stay in this game as long as they can, make it difficult, make it hard, break it down, stoppages, free kicks, set plays, corners.
And they are without one of their most creative tonight as well in Valentin Vada. The Argentinian, 11 goals this season. He also got 2 assists last week in that 3-0 win over Al-Fayha. Look at Joao Felix, he's doing the counting for the referee in terms of how long the goalkeeper's going to cling on to it.
This is what Al Nassr need to avoid. We're only 11 minutes into the game. You know, be patient. You can see the way that Damac have set up already. They're here to be defensive. This has gone back to the goalkeeper, off Ronaldo, so he quite rightly takes his time and he picks it up. But the frustration levels from Ronaldo, from Felix, take your time, there's a long way in this game to go. The quality will come through eventually, and this is the same type of game that they've faced all season. They've had to build up and they've had to be patient, and I'm sure at some point tonight their time will come.
Haven't had it all their own way, have they? They have had to navigate periods of adversity across this campaign, Al Nassr. That's what's made the tale so compelling. Didn't quite get enough on it. Maybe fortunate that it crept through to its intended target, Mano, who's up against Jonathan Okita. And he's found a way to locate Joao Felix as well. Felix has run out of room.
Does well there, Harkas, the central defender. Just stands his ground, doesn't put a challenge in. Uses his body strength.
Grew up with the Atlas Mountains on his doorstep, Jamal Harkas. And as Al Nassr fans will remember, he was the player that scored for Damac against them in the reverse fixture, which Al Nassr won back in January when these two met. A yellow card here for one of, if not Jorge Jesus himself, or perhaps one of his backroom members of staff here for something that's been said.
If you're going to start booking Jorge Jesus for his touchline antics, I think he might have served a few bans this season. That technical area means nothing to that man. He lives and breathes every single minute. He's a credit at his age, he really is. He's a joy to watch.
He's not taking much joy in watching Kevin at the moment, though, is he? Because Kevin is taking as long as possible, and I think that is what is irritating Al Nassr's technical area. Here come Damac, though, couldn't quite take it with him. Arielson there, who is going to be playing that lone forward role tonight for Damac. Bedran is going back to Kevin, who won't have the luxury of time now. And Bedran is being harassed as well by Mane. And he's been bothered by it, he's giving it straight to Yaya. Mane losing out to the Damac captain, who gives it the full treatment.
So versatile, Yaya, Arman Yaya. I've seen him play at left back, right wing back. Now tonight occupying the centre midfield role alongside Al-Khaibari. He's a really good addition to Jorge Jesus' side.
Coleman with a burst and a delivery, which has really come all the way through. Simakan and Yaya, a combination of the two, getting it back off Okita. Martinez. Bedran's clearance and then awkwardly off an apologetic Okita. It's an Al Nassr corner.
Clumsy, really clumsy from Okita. The last thing they need to be doing is causing their own problems tonight. Damac are going to be under enough pressure as it is without conceding needless corners.
It's got a different feel about it tonight in Al-Awwal Park, even different to last week against Al Hilal. So much belief in the stands. Can this Al Nassr team make it happen? Felix, the punch away by Kevin, the hit through a crowd, and it didn't quite make it on target for Al-Khaibari.
He's not prolific, Al-Khaibari, is he? He finds himself in a really good position, takes on the volley, If you look at the ball, the way that it was spinning, I think that's what made it very difficult for the Al Nassr central midfielder, the way that the ball arrived at his feet. You could see his intention, just didn't quite have the end product. The Al Nassr fans already getting frustrated. You can hear the boos and the whistles.
But they'll know, won't they, that Al Hilal have taken the lead in their game tonight. They'll know what that means in terms of the Saudi Pro League table. Coleman, clever. Felix, Ronaldo asking for it, and so was Mane, who had taken up a nice position. Don't have a way out at the moment, do they, Damac?
I think the pattern of the game's been set from a very early stage. We can see how the way that this is going to pan out. It's all about Al Nassr and how patient they are.
Hello, that's a free kick for Al Nassr, won by Ronaldo, who has wasted no time in picking that ball up to say, here we go, this is my first sighter.
He knows what's at stake this evening. You don't give him a free kick in these areas. Believe me, I've been beaten many a time from those type of distances from him. He believes, and they do believe inside this stadium, and they believed last week, all until the 97th minute. But the result has got to be there for them to lift that trophy. They're in position A, they just have to take full advantage, and this is a great opportunity.
One Portuguese has passed it up for another. Cristiano Ronaldo has said to João Felix, you are going to deliver. Ronaldo amongst many in white waiting for it. And João Felix nearly found Simakan. Really a rinse and repeat of last week. Forward again. Down by Martinez. Coman. Martinez in the right wing position. Felix doing brilliantly. And still past Okita. Here's Mane. Felix has ended up on the ground, having distributed the ball. Given away by Bouchel.
João Felix is a real attacking threat. And he kind of half looked for a penalty, but he does spend a lot of time on the ground, João Felix. The referee has to be clever in what he looks at and what he gives. He's been a really good integration into the side for Al Nassr this season, João Felix. You look at his contributions, not just his goals, but he's had 12 assists as well. Not hard when you've got the players around you like he has, but he has been quality. And it finally looks like he's found his home as well. And he's still only 26 years of age, but you look at the clubs that he's played for, it's a great CV. Benfica, Atletico, Chelsea, AC Milan, and now here it looks like he's found his home and settled with his Portuguese counterpart.
20 minutes in, still goalless, but the intensity of Al Nassr is there for all to see. Kingsley Coman, Al-Khaibari. There's the Senegalese Mane. Too high for everybody. We are hearing that Al Fayer have had a goal disallowed against Al Hilal, so it is still Al Fayer 0, Al Hilal 1. And a reminder, as if you need one, that if it stays as it is, his old club are winning the title tonight and not him. How long could Damac resist, though?
I don't see a scenario where Al Nassr don't win this game. The way that Damac is set up, they're so defensively submissive with the back five sitting back, and here they go again.
Coman into the middle, great stop by the goalkeeper, and then Ronaldo over the top. The initial save from Kevin to deny Mane was a very decent one.
So much better from Al Nassr. Move the ball quicker, first pass in behind, in behind this Damac defensive line. It's a super ball, well-timed run from Coman. This is what he's done all season. First time pass across the 18-yard box. Sadio Mane cutting in from the left-hand side. So many people expect him to be out there on the left wing, but he cuts in and he times his run excellently well. The only thing for him is it's straight at the goalkeeper. I think either side of the goalkeeper, and he scores.
Senegal's World Cup squad named earlier today. He, without any surprise at all, one of the names on the list, as was Kalidou Koulibaly as well, who we know has been absent from Al-Hilal's run-in because of injury.
And there's no surprise that Al Nassr's dip in form mid-season, as we get another opportunity to look at his chance here. Well created by Kingsley Coman. Ronaldo had a lot to do with a diving header. Always a big ask, but Sadio Mane was missing for AFCON. No surprising that that's when Al Nassr's form dipped. Came back, I mean, still at 34 years of age, the Senegalese international, over 115 caps for his country, has such a big impact.
I was hoping he was going to hear the sound of the whistle there, Mane, but no Al Nassr free kick. Might be an Al Nassr throw, but maybe that ball didn't quite creep over the line. Silla has been deemed to have been dragged over there, so it is a Damac free kick. I think the concern for Al Nassr will be that they will not want this game to play out in the manner of the Champions League 2 final at the weekend against Gamba Osaka, the Japanese team that they unexpectedly were beaten in that final bye. They had 20 shots, Al Nassr, compared to Gamba Osaka's 3.
The last thing that Al Nassr need is for this game to go deep, as we say. They need to get the goal and they need to rest nerves very quickly. They don't need this game to be 0-0 after 60 minutes, 70 minutes and go late, needing a goal to then go on and win the league. They need to get the goal very quickly and press high and keep going the way that they've started. Be patient, but at the same time, the longer it goes, it's going to become more nervy. You can hear the atmosphere change inside the stadium.
We are a quarter of the way through the night. And as it stands, it's Al-Hilal's title. Al-Amri back to Bento. And Bento had to smash it away with Arielson's presence.
He's not really covered himself in glory in recent weeks. Bento, as we know from the goal last week against Al-Hilal, that time it was a really poor touch. He looks nervy. I mean, he's had nothing to do at all this evening. That's probably the second touch of the ball that he's had.
Won't help the jitters. And Silla got the first of the 3 against Al Fayha for Damac last week. Been beaten 3 games in a row before that very significant win. Actually didn't win any of their first 10, Damac, in the Saudi Pro League this season, and only 1 win in their first 20 league games.
They didn't win any of their first 10, yet Al Nassr won their first 10 in a row. I mean, there's the contrast, and there's the gulf in class. But pressure does funny things to players.
Yellow card for Sanusi Hassawi for delaying the restart. I could say it's been coming.
You can clearly see the game plan from Damac. They're here to spoil, they're here to upset the rhythm, not try and let Al Nassr get into any type of rhythm, no fluidity. So far it's worked for them. Al Nassr have dominated the game. Again, it's just about, look, you see, intimidating the crowd. You can see what they're here to do. They're here to spoil the party. Al Nassr just need to keep cool temperaments.
Alex has made a bit of a hash of that. Al Obeid. Just given a corridor to pinch the ball back. Coman is off, there's a kick at him, and that's another yellow card that's coming the way of Dari Al-Anazi here. Former Al Nassr youth player as well. Second booking of the evening for those in red.
There's a few Damac players now that are running close to a yellow card. Two that have got them. A long evening chasing back and making defensive challenges like that while you're already carrying a yellow card. They've done well, Damac. They've stayed in the game. For how long, you do wonder.
The tension is growing. Martinez, more than 70% of the ball, Al Nassr so far. Felix waiting over the top from him. Had found himself a really nice area inside the Damac penalty area.
Yeah, ball arrived at him very quickly, and you see just pure instinct. Gets into the space, hits it with his left foot. It's a lovely ball in. Nothing else he could do really, in a really tight angle. Hits it first time with his left foot, not the outcome he would have wanted. Good run, well timed.
Shah moving forward to be part of the latest Al Nassr attack, and there have been plenty of them in the 28 minutes so far in the capital. And they keep coming. What a play it goes off Hassan Roubaix.
I think Bashal, the right back for Al Nassr, could play a big part this evening. When you look at the way that Damac are defending, they've got it pretty much sorted in the middle. But when you get the overload, the two fullbacks, Martinez is not going to really push forward that much. He's naturally a central defender, as we've seen him play there. But Bashal on the right-hand side can be a real attacking threat for Al Nassr. On the overload, on the outside, creating chances, putting crosses in the box.
And he will very much be hoping to get on the end of one here. Felix Martinez. And plucked from above the head of Ronaldo by Kevin.
It was a well-worked corner. Well taken by Felix. Obviously picked out Martinez at the far post. His job was just to help it back into an area. Coleman just couldn't quite get the contact or power that he would have wanted.
It's almost the same corner kick routine that led to the Al Nassr goal against Al-Awwal last week. A deep one towards Martinez.
Well, if it works, why change it?
Bit of frustration growing amongst the Damac forward line, or those that would consider themselves part of the Damac forward line tonight. There's not too many forward for them.
They haven't really created anything, have they? You look at those red jerseys now and you look at the formation, you can see what the manager Carilla's worked on this week, the defensive shape, the team shape that they've worked on the training ground. Look at that, look how close they are. No spaces between the red shirts. That's one thing that they've worked very, very hard on. Deny space, deny spaces, deny opportunities to play through the lines. So compact they are. Difficult to break down.
Al Nassr must break them down if they are to get to the prize tonight. Ball run out of play for Al-Khaibari, it did. Goal kick is the call.
You have to remember what's on the line for Damac as well this evening. You know, for them to stay in this league would be a huge achievement. You look at their last 3 seasons, they've finished 14th, 10th and 8th. So this is an area that they're not really used to fighting relegation at the bottom of the league. Had a really poor season. I mean, they've lost far too many games, 16, hence the reason that they are where they are. But that man there, he's got his team to the 30-minute mark of the drinks break, and he's got an opportunity to give them some more information.
So an opportunity to get some water on board on another warm night in Riyadh. He's had very little to do so far, but that was the case last week against Al-Awwal, remember. But there haven't been too many big chances carved out by Al Nassr so far.
They've dominated the game. This is an interesting conversation. Cristiano Ronaldo and the manager. Interesting to see what's been said there. Al Nassr, as suspected, they've dominated the game, possession-wise, territorial-wise. There's not a lot more that the manager can say. you know, they're doing things well, they're doing things quick, they've got in behind without really creating. They've just lacked a slight little bit of quality in the final third. When you look at the players that are on the pitch, and Kingsley Coman, Sadio Mane, Felix, Ronaldo, the goals, the assists, the quality that they've got, surely it's only a matter of time for them. It's pressure, it's frustration, it's keep doing what you're doing, keep knocking at the door, and surely the door's going to open. And for Damac, it's about keeping that door closed. The referee's onto the goalkeeper now about time wasting, the way that they're playing. They have come here to spoil the party, Damac. At the moment, they're doing a decent job of it, but how long can it last?
Sold out tonight at Al-Awwal Park.
You could have sold this place out 10 times tonight.
Really
it's
could.
been incredible the last few weeks that we've been here. The atmosphere, the support. I mean, last week against Al-Hilal, you told me they were queuing outside for hours before the game, weren't they?
Yep, and same again tonight. They have been here very early, the Al Nassr fans, to try to give their team the best support they possibly can. I mean, Jorge Jesus has been talking about it recently, the unity between the club and the fans, and how the supporters have helped to bring the confidence to this set of Al Nassr players. It's almost impossible, I think, for the Al Nassr supporters to contemplate the prospect of them not ending on the right side of this tale tonight. Given their position of prominence that they have built up in recent months. Coman, that's a good ball. Wilson, who is largely chasing after shadows at the moment. And I'm not sure he's getting too close to the shadows either.
No, he's a very lonely figure. I mean, he's a centre-forward that spent most of the first half inside his own defending half. And you see him there in the middle of your picture. That's the centre-forward, and that's the attacking threat that Damac have at the moment. All one-way traffic, pretty much as expected.
2 points clear at the top at the start of the night, Al Nassr, but they are not at the top of the table right now. But that could change in any moment. Al-Khaibari. Bouchal, something different on the corner. Dubai enjoyed his piece of defending.
Said Bouchal could be a key component in the Al Nassr attack, the right full-back. Just causing an overload on this right-hand side. They have to be quick, they have to move the ball swiftly, try and get in behind, move those red jerseys out of the formation that they've got. Very organised, Damac.
And without Brozovic tonight, he's going to be entrusted with most of the Al Nassr set pieces. The header finds the net. Sadio Mane for Al Nassr. Riyadh ready to party. They can almost taste that league title.
Feel the relief, feel the joy and the emotion inside that stadium. That's the breakthrough that they needed, and it's come from such a simple set play. João Felix with an outswinger. Sadio Mane doesn't have to do a lot to get himself free. 1 or 2 yards that he creates himself, gets space 7 yards from goal, and it's a difficult header. It's almost behind him. He adjusts his body, he cranes his neck, and he gets his head around the ball. One of the smallest players on the pitch, and he gets the power and direction into the bottom left-hand corner. And now the belief has started.
Oh yes, they are rubbing their hands at the prospect of what might be coming their way. Al Nassr back at the top of the Saudi Pro League table. And not only if it stays as it is, are they going to win it, but Damac are going to go down here tonight too.
Isn't it amazing what a goal can do? Listen at the atmosphere inside the stadium now. We're getting to 35 minutes, it was nerves, it was tension, it was apprehension. There's a clear foul on the far side there from Felix with his right shoulder. But the atmosphere now, They've believed from the first game of the season. There was a genuine belief that this year was their year. They had their dip in form, they stuck by their team. The support has never, ever wavered, home or away. And they thought they'd done it last week. And we're there again. They think they've done it again.
And that thought might just be lingering in the back of the minds. But tonight they've got an awful long way to go and find the goals that will make sure there is no way back for Damac. In it comes towards Bento, that collision with Simakan. But Bento held on to it that time.
Good decisive goalkeeper from Bento. Doesn't need to go repeat of last week. This time he goes up against his own central defender once again. Arguably a bigger and stronger one. Goalkeeper dominates the situation. For Al Nassr now, they don't want to recreate last week, the nerves and the tension, the 1-0. They now need to go on and get the second, get the third, and really enjoy this evening.
Well, it's gold at the moment. Electric inside Al-Awwal Park. Coman keeping his balance and getting Al Nassr another corner. And they've already had great profits from one just a moment ago.
Do you know, they've not really created that much from open play. You know, when you look at the statistics, yes, they've dominated every category you can think of. But actually opportunities on goal, Kevin in goal for Damac, not had that much to do. But it's taken a brilliant outswinging delivery from that man and an excellent header from that man to break the deadlock. Can they do it again?
The assist king is on it again, Joao Felix. It's 13 now for him in this Saudi Pro League season. Who might he be able to find next? Too close to Kevin that time. Wilson unable to bring it under control. Felix hungry to get it back. And Simakan took his eye off it. Abdullah, formerly of Al-Ittihad and Al-Town, he's one of the more experienced members of this Damac side. Kita, Abdullah, those two working it between them. He's on loan from Bodrum in Turkey, Jonathan Akita. DR Congo man, now Al-Obeid, formerly of Al Nassr. He was part of the title-winning team in 2019, the one who wears 13 for Damac tonight. Driving this ball forward, far too heavy. From a Damac perspective, far too familiar from what we've seen so far tonight.
It's a great statistic for Al Nassr. Scored in every single league game this season now. They had done previously to tonight, and now obviously they've kept that trend up. It's a great record. Every single game that they've scored in, average 2.63 goals per game. And if that doesn't win the title, I'd be very surprised.
They're on course. They are on course. Simakan. Michel. Coman. Ronaldo. Almost rolled back the years.
He doesn't need to roll back the years at 41. Look at him. I mean, it's incredible the height that he gets. Arguably, Sadio Mane behind him was in a better position. There's a decent ball into the box. But how many times have we seen him achieve the spectacular? Tried it, maybe slightly too high for him that time.
Could become a record breaker in yet another department this summer. Cristiano Ronaldo, having been named in the Portugal World Cup squad in recent days. If he plays any minute, and I'm sure he'll play many minutes this summer, that will be his 6th appearance at a World Cup finals. No player's ever done that before.
I was looking at his stats this morning. It's quite incredible, isn't it? What is it, 226 caps or something like that internationally? I mean, that feat in itself is absolutely amazing. Over 220 caps for your country. I mean, the man is a machine.
Quite toying with Damac just yet, Al Nassr, but they've got an iron grip of this.
Well, that's what they've got to guard against, taking it too easy now. Because Damac obviously gone one down. We've seen the way that they've set up.
Ronaldo. Felix with great feet and bringing the save from Kevin. They're all pumped up.
They won that second. That second goal was all important for Al Nassr. Good play that time from João Felix. His first touch is what gave him the opportunity to get the strike away. Ball into him. Comfortable save in the end from the goalkeeper. He made him work, Felix.
The goal scorer so far tonight, leaving it for the assist maker. One from the right, now one from the left from João Felix. This one has the potential to really destroy Damac. Felix, it was in towards Al-Amri. Yaya's going to restart things, but restart by going back to Bouchal. Felix gloriously taken. Unlucky that it didn't quite run for him with Silla for company. Silla's still in the situation. Felix isn't letting him out of the Riyadh cul-de-sac. Mane, too much for Ronaldo.
What a first touch that was from João Felix. I mean, that encapsulated every little bit of quality that he's got.
They just look like they're suffocating under the weight of the night, Damac here.
But Al Nassr have to take advantage of that situation, and Ronaldo knows that. He knows that his team have to make the most of the possession they've got, the pressure that they've got. The longer it stays 1-0, Damac are still in the game.
And Al Hilal are still leading Al Fayha by a goal to nil as well. Al Riyadh still winning their game against Al Okdood, so as it stands, Al Nassr champions, Damac relegated.
Chance again to see the goal. As you see there, Sadio Mane, he doesn't have to do a lot to create himself the space. Really poor defensively from Damac. Zonal marking, man-to-man marking. Nobody marking Sadio Mane. Thank you very much.
Simakan down by Okita, but out of the reach of Asari, who'd crept forward in a rare moment. Ronaldo spinning it towards Mane. Coman in the middle. Felix joining as well. Mane, Ronaldo, and Felix almost got in each other's way, and then the shot from Yaya is repelled, and eventually the offside flag goes up.
Mane was offside initially in the build-up, the ball over the top. He shouldn't be a player of his experience looking all the way along the line. Good ball over the top to him. Plugging away Al Nassr. João Felix got in Ronaldo's way there. I think Ronaldo was in a better position. Wouldn't have counted with the offside decision given.
Three minutes to play at the end of the first half. It's been as absorbing as we predicted it might be.
They've been good, Al Nassr. They've approached the game in a way that we thought they would do. They've dominated the game in the way that we thought they would do. But actually, it's still only 1-0. We, as they, know only too well after what happened last week against Al Hilal. They need a second.
Arielson. The ball, which is, I think, asking a little too much, though. Mane's gone back to Bento. Bento didn't look assured in any way whatsoever.
He didn't want that. The goalkeeper really didn't want that in that situation. Mane's an experienced player. He should know that his goalkeeper's fragile at the moment. He's lacking confidence. Don't play him the ball in that situation. Just get rid of it and talk about it later.
So maybe a Damac chance before half-time. Arielson, it was too high for him. No damage done from an Al Nassr perspective.
You can just tell from Bento's body language. He's not quite the goalkeeper he was 3 weeks ago. It's affected him when you make big mistakes in big games, as he did. I mean, the psychological effect that it will have had on him. So in the Champions League this week, obviously they lost that game. The manager stood by him. He's not taking him out of the team. All credit to the manager. But as Sadio Mane, you don't need to put him in situations like that.
And he's not been named in the World Cup squad for Brazil either, Bento, and that will be of huge significance to him personally too.
That's a big blow to him, isn't it? I mean, when you look at his season, this season he's had ups and downs. He made that mistake in the Super Cup in Hong Kong in pre-season, which inevitably cost him his place at the start of the season in the Al Nassr lineup. Got his place back, and then that big mistake last week against Al-Hilal. Looks like it's cost him his place in the Brazil side. You just wonder how he's going to come back from that. Needs a summer off.
Marcas lifting it forward. Damac now trying to avoid a summer of despair themselves here. They're relying on favours elsewhere right now for their own Saudi Pro League survival.
We had such drama at the end of last season, didn't we? I mean, with the relegation battle, it was incredible. All the way to almost 100 minutes, and then decided with that late penalty. Surely we couldn't have something as similar tonight.
It's the Saudi Pro League, it always delivers us something. Arielson, nice footwork. Ploughs his shot straight into Al-Khaibari. This is Silla. Just a bit of a late flourish from Damac at the end of this first half. Which is only now a few seconds away from reaching its conclusion. Al Nassr nearly where they want to be. 45 minutes away from the league title, thanks to Sadio Mane's goal. They have dominated the first half against Damac. And for all the questions about how mentally fragile this side might be after what's happened to them over the past few days, well, they have answered the critics tonight. The job is not yet done. But it feels all so close from here for Al Nassr. At the break, they are leading Damac by 1-0. Well, Al Nassr, final night of the Saudi Pro League season, 1-0 up against Damac in a game they know that if they win the league title, and Paul Robinson, they've been in control.
No, they've been much the better side, as expected. It's been all about Al Nassr this evening. It's about how quickly they rotate possession, how quickly they move the ball, and try and pull out this Damac side from their defensive shape. Kingsley Coman, as we know, the quality that he's got, the assist that he's got, gets in behind. They look so much better, Al Nassr, when they move the ball quicker. Ball in behind, Coman's first touch is the ball across the goal. Sadio Mane gets in a really dangerous position, and that was the warning for Damac.
And you spoke about the fact they've largely been more threatening from set pieces tonight, and the set piece brought them the goal.
And when you look at the lack of movement that Sadio Mane actually had to do, I mean, he's not a huge threat from set plays. We don't normally see him scoring from set plays. Simple ball in, simple outswinger, but you look at the amount of space that he's got there, and that was the breakthrough that they needed. They kept going, they kept plugging away. I do feel they need the second, though, and that was an opportunity for João Felix. His first touch, turn, really good shot. Save that you'd expect the goalkeeper to make. 1-0 up, but created chances. They will want more.
Right, let's show you some of the action that's taken elsewhere in the Saudi Pro League tonight. Remember, all of these games getting underway at the same time. Al-Hilal 1-0 up at Al Fayha this evening. The early goal from Sultan Mandash. Al-Hilal know that they have to win tonight to stand any chance of getting the league title themselves, and for a while they were in control of the picture, so they're 1-0 up at half-time. Al Riyadh also leading Al Awwal by a single goal to nil. Toze with it just 5 minutes in, so as things stand, that is a goal that is going to ensure their survival, with Damac losing against Al Nassr. And let's just show you some of the goals, and there's been 4 in the first half between the outgoing champions Al Ittihad and Al Qadisiyah. Al Jawair sliding Al Qadisiyah in front inside the first 2 minutes of that game tonight at Alimma Stadium. And here is the really interesting part in terms of the race for the Golden Boot, because Julian Quinones, who began the night 2 goals behind Ivan Toney at the top of the table with his 32, has scored 2 goals almost within 60 seconds of one another. A penalty, and then immediately from the restart, his second of the night, his 32nd league goal of the season. So he's level with Ivan Toney as it stands. There was another penalty just before half-time converted by En-Nesyri, but Al Ittihad at half-time trailing Al Qadisiyah by 3-1. And in terms of the other scorelines tonight, the only other goal that we've had is that one for Moussa Dembele for Al Ettifaq, who are 1-0 up at Neom SC. Right, let's take you inside the Saudi Pro League and bring you the flavour of last week's capital derby that was played at this very stadium, Al Nassr against Al-Hilal. One man who can deliver, Marcelo Brozovic. Martinez. And Simakan drives Al Nassr in front. We are in Riyadh for a seismic night of Saudi Pro League football, as big as it gets. The top 2 squaring off with absolutely everything on the line. The leaders Al Nassr against their rivals Al-Hilal in a capital derby for the ages. 5 points between them. Al Nassr have played a game more. A win for Al Nassr tonight, and they win the league. If they draw the game, then it's very likely we'll go to the final day, with Al-Hilal still with 2 games to play beyond tonight. But an Al-Hilal victory here, and if they win their last 2 games, then they will be the 2026 Saudi Pro League champions.
Partita importantissima, decisiva per le sorti del campionato. Sia noi che l'Al Nassr abbiamo fatto un ottimo cammino, però sappiamo che stasera è decisiva, i ragazzi sono concentrati, hanno lavorato bene e tutti quanti noi sappiamo la posta in palio di questa partita che è altissima, e cercheremo di fare del nostro meglio.
A ser grande jogo, jogo muito tático. Espero que a equipa do Nassr consiga desbloquear o jogo e ganhar, porque o grande objetivo neste momento é ganharmos para podermos hoje sairmos daqui já com o título.
Can they make it their night?
What a huge evening this is, to come to a climax of the league like this, with these 2 going head-to-head, almost a title decider. It's absolutely huge for Cristiano Ronaldo and his Al Nassr team. They've led the way for most of the season. They had that dip in form in the middle, but now it's a question, can they actually get it over the line?
Strap yourself in, because this is going to be a night that is going to move at the speed of light. Now Nassr can grab the title, Al-Awwal with a chance to snatch it away. Cano. Now Harvey on the move, look at Benzema, he's all on his own. Here he is, stopped brilliantly by Bento. And for all your money, you would have believed that Benzema would have scored that one. Mane, beautiful feet. And he's gone past two, Tambakti as well. Joao Felix, brilliant block. That was Ruben Neves. Brave and bold, and putting himself in the perfect spot to send it behind for a corner. Malcolm Milinkovic-Savic bursting forwards. He's going to get a second chance at this as well. Benzema! But it isn't going to count. It is offside. Chance for Joao Felix, who is in behind here. Joao Felix back for Ronaldo, couldn't reach it because of the lunging Tambakti.
And that's the first time that they've got him behind.
There's one man who can deliver, Marcelo Brozovic. Martinez. And Simakan drives Al-Nassr in front. And maybe, just maybe, the long wait is almost over for Al-Nassr.
Listen to the noise inside this place, and it's come from the most unlikeliest of sources. Mohamed Simakan pops up inside the 18-yard box and hammers home from close range.
Has a chance to get at Neves if he wants to. Ronaldo. Ronaldo! He had us all wondering. It still might happen. Joao Felix, there he is again, just too high. Away by Tambakti. As it stands, Al-Nassr are 8 points ahead of Al-Hilal, and that is an insurmountable lead. Oh, that's terrible. Milinkovic-Savic straight to Koeman, who's missed. Oh, wow.
Oh, Al-Nassr, how many chances do you want? Do you want this title?
So the swoosh of the Simakan boot, the difference. And Al-Nassr are 45 minutes away from being the Saudi Pro League champions. Al-Nassr 1. Al-Hilal 0.
الأول متصدر هنا جاي إن شاء الله جاي الدوري صدارة هذا شعار كلوب الناس كلوب تاريخ هيستوري.
These Al-Nassr players 45 minutes from greatness. How do they approach this second half, Paul Robinson?
I think they've got to be defensively more secure than they were in the first half. They went looking for that second goal that would potentially go on and win the game for them.
With every minute, the pulse rises, the belief rises amongst those Al-Nassr fans. Great work by Bouchard, who's gone past that to check, and the assistant referee, and has still reached the ball, and it's spilt by Bono, but not in the direction of Yaya. And Cristiano Ronaldo is leaving the pitch here, and leaving the pitch with vigour. He knows what's required, and those supporters are responding to him. There's going to be 8 extra minutes. Hanging on time. Al-Hilal are going to have to dig so deep here. 7 years of pain, 7 years of heartbreak and hope. And now, finally, Al-Nassr can touch it. Martinez is going to have to deal with it because he touched it, and he does.
I get the feeling there's going to be a huge outpour of emotion when that final whistle goes. There's going to be some big celebrations here.
It is either going to be Al Nassr's title or the most extraordinary conclusion to the game. Oh my goodness, it's gone in! Can you believe it? An error by Bento, the biggest mistake by Al Nassr. And the title celebrations that were seconds away, extraordinarily, are on hold. And it is all Al Nassr's own doing.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing this late in the game. This is one of the strangest finishes to a game ever.
And for now, at least, the 7-year wait goes on for Al Nassr. They were within touching distance of winning the league tonight. It has finished 1-1, but all inside this stadium are stunned at the outcome.
3 Premier League, 1 Champions League in Manchester United. 2 La Liga, 4 Champions League with Real Madrid.
And that is why Cristiano Ronaldo remains a legend. Ronaldo!
2 Serie A with Juventus. 1 European Championship with Portugal. 5 Ballon d'Or.
Clamour for trophies, relentless for Cristiano Ronaldo.
What about that? And it's Ronaldo again.
The biggest player arrives on the biggest occasion.
With the Nassr, maybe this is the year.
Al Nassr's identity is one of the biggest clubs in Saudi Arabia, one of the biggest clubs in the Arab world, in Asia. Recent years, with Ronaldo joining, it's become like a massive global name. Cristiano Ronaldo has changed the perception of the club, you know, on and off the pitch. You hear stories about when he arrived, he said, you know, we have the potential here to be one of the top leagues in the world. Al Nassr's nickname is Al-Alami. Al-Alami means the global or the global club. That nickname came because of their achievements in the 20th century. They won the Asian Cup Winners' Cup. They also played in the Club World Cup. They've won the league 10 times. They recently won the Arab Club Cup with Ronaldo. So by far the most famous name in Al Nassr's history is Majid Abdullah. Majid Abdullah is the first Saudi football superstar. He is the top scorer in the league's history. So Al Nassr being in Riyadh gives us one of the biggest rivalries in Saudi football, with Al Hilal, of course. Even before the arrival of Ronaldo and Neymar and all these big names, you know, this was a massive game, you know, which attracted massive crowds. You can see, like, whenever the derbies played, the colour, the tifos that the fans bring, the chants. There's a massive football culture in Saudi Arabia, which has existed for decades. Al Nassr Stadium is Al-Awwal Park, which was established in 2015. A very attractive stadium, you know, it's a very modern stadium. It will be renovated for the 2034 World Cup, and by that time, its capacity should go up to above 40,000. The obvious star players for Al Nassr are Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane. These are players that have been there for a couple of years now. Marcelo Brozovic as well, who came from Inter Milan, has proved to be like a very, very valuable player. The club strengthened this year, of course, to add to those 3 established stars. They have signed Joao Felix from Chelsea, who really hit the ground running this season. He's been fantastic, you know. Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich as well. You know, that surprised a few people, but this is a player with an incredible pedigree. He's won, like, you know, over 10 league titles in his career. And finally, Inigo Martinez from Barcelona. Now, you know, with Jorge Jesus, who's incredibly, like, was Al Hilal's coach, their nearest rival. So it was a big coup to sign him. The coach is a very progressive coach, very attacking coach. The season has started off fantastically for them. You know, they've hit the ground running. We know the obsession of Cristiano Ronaldo to win the title. We know they've got a strong squad. They've got the new coach, who has experience of winning the title, with Al-Hilal. I think the expectations now is that the time has come for Al Nassr to win the Saudi Pro League.
Welcome back to Riyadh. Al Nassr leading Damac by a goal to nil, a scoreline that is going to bring the 2026 Saudi Pro League title their way. And it will not matter what Al-Hilal do elsewhere as long as Al Nassr are victorious here tonight inside their home in front of their also passionate supporters. Then they are going to be the champions. His goal, Sadio Mane, at the moment, is going to go down in Al Nassr folklore. And this is how it stands at the top of the Saudi Pro League table. Al Nassr and Al-Hilal both winning at the start of the second half. So they are going to be the champions with a 2-point margin. Jorge Jesus is going to get his hands on a Saudi Pro League title again. He's going to win one for the first time.
Do you think Jorge Jesus will smile? Emotionless, isn't he? All season, emotionless. Covers some yards in his technical area, or not in his technical area, up and down that touchline. But you very rarely see an emotion of joy from him.
And you might have been wondering why there was a short delay at the start of the second half here. It is because the league have ensured that all the games that are taking place tonight on this final night of this Saudi Pro League season, all of the second halves begin at the same time to ensure as much fairness as possible to what could be a really compelling 45 minutes of football at the top and down at the bottom. Trouble for Damac, Paul Robinson, is there wasn't a huge amount, if we're going off the evidence of the first half, to suggest that they're going to get the point they need for survival.
Without Varda, they had very little attacking threat. I mean, they were dominated in the first half, and they're going to have to find something very different to the first half performance in the second half if they want to take anything from this game. The longer the game goes, though, Al Nassr, it'll be nervy for them. They want to see the game out. The next goal, we say it all the time when we're watching football, but the next goal in this game is more crucial than many others. Al Nassr win this game, get the next goal, they win this game. That's it, job done. Damac win this game, well, there's a different take on the game then.
They've won just 3 league titles in the 21st century, Al Nassr. Simakam scored the opening goal of the game last week against Al-Hilal, that for 90 plus 8 looked like it was going to be the night that Al Nassr won the league.
We keep repeating ourselves in that game, but I still can't believe it. I don't think he could believe it as well. And we saw the footage of Cristiano Ronaldo. He substituted him just before the end, him sat on the bench, and the whole disbelief inside this stadium when they finally thought that the job was done and it was just taken away from them. See Bashal here, there's a good leap, and I think it's the way that he lands. His right arm just gets caught underneath him. I think he's going to be okay.
To see him back on his feet, particularly with the injury that Sultan Al Ghanam has suffered over the weekend. There's Fabio Carril, the Brazilian who only joined Damac 3 months ago, replacing Armando Evangelista. 5 of his 13 games prior to tonight. It's included victories over 3 of their relegation rivals, which looked like it might be the difference for Damac, but as it stands, they're going down. Here's Simakam. Bouchal. Timed challenge by Al-Awwal. He's got the throw as well.
He's a clever fullback, Al-Awwal, isn't he? You know the experience that he's got in this league. Great positional awareness. Wins his side the throw-in.
There was a suggestion there was a bit of Damac time wasting going on in the first half. I don't think they're going to be hanging around quite in the same way in the second period.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because the longer it stays like this, the better it is for them. They're in the current situation they're in now. If it gets worse for them, then the game's over. If they stay in the game, they've always got the opportunity of a long ball, a set play, a long throw, something later in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if their tactics stay exactly the same as they were in the first half.
Martinez, a league winner last season with Barcelona in Spain. Al-Awwal, who was here and part of this Al Nassr team the last time they won the league in 2019. Mane, fast-moving Yaya, collecting it, driving it towards Ronaldo. And it is an Al Nassr corner.
Really good defending there from Tariq Abdullah. Central midfielder, he tracks the run of Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not really his job to do so, but he spots the Portuguese at the edge of the box, and you see him there, Abdullah, very aware of the situation, gets back.
Felix has got his own personal water carrier down by that corner flag. It's a sticky night in Riyadh. The scoreline and a goal from that man means they're not sweating too much right now, Al Nassr. Corner from Joao Felix. There's Yaya. Martinez, bit of confusion between him and Mane. So they will clear for Damac. Kingsley Coman, so many league titles through the years for him. Ronaldo to Coman, having assessed everything that was in front of him. Kaibari, Coman! Well, if you're going to win a league, do it in the most special manner possible. It's a brilliant Kingsley Coman goal. Al Nassr, this is your time.
Listen to the noise inside this stadium. And if there was ever a goal that was worthy of winning a league championship, there it is. Kingsley Coman pops up on the edge of the 18-yard box, left-footed. Wonderful strike into the bottom right-hand corner. The relief, the celebration, the party has begun again. They thought they had it won last week. Surely they've won it now.
Kingsley, 2-0 Al Nassr. And there's nothing Al-Awwal can do about this right now. Riyadh ready to go.
That party that got abruptly ended last week, it's just started once again. Here we go, listen to this noise.
And it's the wingmen, isn't it? Mane and Coman. Everyone needs the wingmen at the party. And they are desperate to feast on more, I think, Al Nassr from here. This Cristiano Ronaldo's going to get a yellow card, though, for that trip on Silla.
Words not needed. Just listen to the noise inside this stadium. Finally, they can start believing.
And wouldn't he love to be the one who seals the deal?
That's what he came for, and it's taken him a while. But surely now, surely it's his.
Simakan. Too heavy for Bouchard. All too heavy right now for Damac.
Do you know what? What happened last week against Al-Awwal will serve as a warning for them. They won't take this for granted now, because at one point in the game last week, we saw these celebrations. We saw exactly the same situation inside this stadium. They thought the title was won, but they got bitten, and they got bitten right at the last. And there will be players on that field now that will realise what happened last week, and they will be absolutely determined that doesn't happen again.
Here's Okita trying to go around the outside of Al-Amri, who hasn't had too much defending to do tonight. But he got that one right. It's a corner, though, to Damac. Very rarely troubled this evening, Damac. But João Felix corner from this very quadrant brought Al Nassr a goal in the first half. Al Obeid's delivery, a good one, the header over the top. It was Bedran. Got his head on two last week in the win over Alfea.
It's Bashal at the far post, or Simakan going back across, makes contact, concedes another corner. All about concentration now for Al Nassr. They concede a silly goal, especially at this stage. They don't want to give Damac any hope whatsoever.
Very recognisable face to the Al Nassr fans, Abdulrahman Al-Obeid. Now, there is a suggestion that there might have been a handball inside the penalty area off that previous corner, potentially involving Mohamed Simakan, so the referee has been sent to the screen here.
Well, that was very quickly decided by VAR. You look at Simakan there, his jump at the far post. I mean, it's going to be very harsh. He's got his arm out, it's in an unnatural position. The referee's checked it very, very quickly. We're about to find out.
Penalty, Damac. And the tale far from over, and the silence around this stadium is deafening.
Wow, that is a big call, a really big call. Simakan making a genuine attempt to play the ball. It struck his arm on the way. Bedran clearly wins the header. It struck Mohamed Simakan's arm. And that party, just hold on for a minute.
Invitations in the post. What a moment for Bento, though.
If there was ever a moment for him to atone for his error last week, this is it. He's not had a good week, the goalkeeper. The error last week left out the Brazil squad. Is it written that this is his moment? Big, big moment.
A deep breath from Morlaye Silla, who carries Damac survival hopes on his shoulders. And Silla scores. Bento got a brush of the glove to it, but it was too quick for him, too accurate, and Damac are not done.
He went the right way, the goalkeeper. He got a good hand to it. He'll be very disappointed he didn't manage to keep that out. Still had enough pace and power going away from the goalkeeper to find that bottom right-hand corner. What a league, what a story. It just doesn't end. We have so much late drama week in and week out, and yet we still go This is brilliant, it really is.
So for all intents and purposes, nothing has changed. Al Nassr is still going to win the league with this scoreline. Damac is still going to get relegated, but now we'll see what Al Nassr's character is all about, won't we? Shal is chasing. And Damac have come past and away with the ball, and in it goes, and Bento reached it just ahead of Arielson, who was waiting to produce the most dramatic equaliser.
That's as good as a save. That is as good as a save from Bento. I mean, at the moment, the stadium is silent, it's rocked, and Al Nassr are rocked there. Damac did superbly well to get down that left-hand side, ball into the box, and Arielson thought he was tapping it into an empty net. Bento did extremely well to come out and get a big glove on that.
Well, it's funny what belief can do, isn't it? Where have this Damac team been hiding all night?
All of a sudden, in the last 2 or 3 minutes, the belief has just grown. And Al Nassr have started questioning themselves from such a comfortable position. They need some cool heads on the field now, Al Nassr. They need to start taking control of the ball, regain possession, take control of the game. They're by far the better side, and they have been all evening, but all of a sudden, said to you before, pressure does funny things to people.
Yellow card for Sadio Mane for kicking the ball away in frustration. And changes coming from the visitors. So, another look at that chance again for Arielson.
It's a really good touch from Bento. The reading of the cross from him was excellent.
So amongst those coming on, Yaku Meite, as well as David Kaiki. Nazi is one of the trio that's made away. It's Meite, but the offside flag is up against him. They are attacking changes, aren't they, from Fabio Carril?
Got no option. He's got the stage of the game now. He's seen that his side have got a little bit of forward impetus. He's got an opportunity now. He's made attacking changes. There will be a formation change as well, and they're going to try and have a go for this.
Yaya Al-Naji, the last of the three, to come off that Damac bench. Here's Felix. That's going to be another yellow card, surely. Coming the way this time of Jamal Harkas. Felix far too fast for him.
That's a good area of the pitch. That's exactly where Al Nassr need to be. His footwork, João Felix, very good at winning free kicks. Looks at the referee as immediately there's contact. Never thought I'd say this, but they could do with one more.
Well, given last week against Al-Hilal, given what happened to them in that Champions League 2 final at the weekend as well.
Scars that don't heal quickly. And at this stage of the game, the last thing they need to do is for this to go deep with the same scoreline. Because Damac will carry a threat. They will go forward. They will try and get something from this game. Their survival depends on this also.
Ronaldo, eyes for goal. Fire to goal! The most famous number 7 of them all is about to end Al Nassr's 7-year wait for a league title. It's his stage. It just had to be his stage.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Was it ever in doubt? Beautiful strike from Cristiano Ronaldo. Knows exactly what he's doing. He puts the ball into an area that if everyone misses, it ends up in the back of the net. And like so many times before, hundreds of times before, nearly 1,000 times before, that ball ends up in the back of the net. and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And the party starts again.
And this is what they came to see. He had the family and friends here, Cristiano Ronaldo, last week. He thought that was going to be the night. Surely this is the night.
He's got a stadium full of family and friends. Everybody in this stadium absolutely adores him. And at the moment, they're all getting what they want.
One name being chanted. One name surely on the Saudi Pro League trophy in 2026. That flicker of Damac belief has evaporated again.
Do you know, he's had a quiet game as well. I've not really mentioned it in this game, but you give him an opportunity like that from a set play in those areas, and the intelligence, the footballing knowledge that he's got, he's put it into an area. He knows exactly what he's doing. In his mind, he's looking at the far post, thinking, I'm firing this as hard and as low and as difficult to defend as I can into that far left-hand corner. I'm going to score a goal if everyone misses it. And so often, the players in the middle, because of the delivery, because of the quality, the pace and power and accuracy of the ball, so many players miss it. And that's exactly what's happened. Brilliant, just genius.
Hat-trick tonight for Julian Quinones for Al-Qadisiyah. So he is now the leading scorer in the Saudi Pro League race for the Golden Boot. Ronaldo is too far back to catch him, surely, despite shifting himself to 27 tonight. 3 for Quinones has taken him to 33. Ivan Toney didn't score at all for Al-Ahly last night in the 4 that they got in their win. So it's going to be a very pleasurable personal moment for Julian Quinones.
Going on tangent on a different note, what a signing he's been for Al-Qadisiyah, by the way. The relationship they had with Aubameyang last season, this season with Retegui, he scores goals. They'll do well to keep hold of him, Al-Qadisiyah. I think there'll be a lot of admiring eyes.
Alex wondering whether he was hauled over. Tackles are absolutely flying in now. Al-Nassr are motoring into every single moment, though Al-Amri going over the top. I don't know who's more pumped up, those on the pitch or those in the stand.
Or us in the commentary box. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic to be a part of. What a game. I mean, the noise and the celebrations that have started again. But how many false dawns have they had in the last 2 weeks? Surely now, surely they're there.
Al-Hilal still leading 1-0 at Al Fayha, though in terms of the title picture, it's an irrelevant scoreline. Won't be enough for them. By the way, Al Riyadh are still just 1-0 up against Al-Awwal, so Damac are going to go down unless there is an equaliser from Al-Awwal in that game.
There's so many eyes on these games tonight, isn't there? There's so many eyes on this game this evening. I mean, I was back in the UK this week, and the coverage in the UK of Al-Nassr's draw last week with Ronaldo and everything, the worldwide media, the world eyes are now focused on the Roshan Saudi Pro League. It's super.
Coman and Kevin getting his bearings right. Well, he was bearing down in the middle if Coman could have found him. Forward it goes towards Maytek. Him and Simakan tussling. Michel sweeping up. celebrations for those in yellow. And as it stands, for Damac, great disappointment. They are going down. The club that gets its name from the nearby Jabal Damac mountain. Rather pertinent, really, isn't it? Mountain to climb from here. Ronaldo, Felix. It's almost like they've had the battery pack recharged, Al-Nassr. Martinez. Into the final 20 minutes. Joao Felix. Kingsley Coman. That was travelling. Kevin did well just to get his body in the way of it.
I don't think that was meant for Coman. I thought that was meant for Sadio Mane. He made a really good run in behind. You look at the pass. Coman has a brilliant first touch. Gets a strike away. Far too close to the goalkeeper in the end, but it was a super first touch that allowed him the opportunity.
This is one of the Damac substitutes who is needing some treatment, I think, after that coming together with Simakan, Yahya Al-Najid. And he's going to be a Saudi Pro League champion again as well, George Jesus, barring an Al-Nassr capitulation.
Didn't you say this time last week?
We did. But I think it is safe to assume from here, surely, that this night is going to belong to this particular club in Riyadh.
There is nothing to suggest that it won't.
Al-Awwal's free kick, too close to Bento. And even with a 2-goal lead, he's not hanging around. It's a brilliant ball upfield. It just had a bounce that took it away from Coman. Nagy. 2-point lead at the top, as it was at the start of the night for Al-Nassr.
Thought for a minute there, George Jesus down there on the touchline was joining in with the Mexican wave that's going around, but no, he was just throwing his arms up again in despair.
I was going to say, he's wildly out of sync if he is.
Oh, he's brilliant. He is absolute box office, that man. He's fantastic. He's such a good watch.
Damac going down by a single point as it stands. Probably worth remembering that just over a decade ago they were playing in the 3rd division in Saudi Arabia, so that's the 4th tier of football in this country. They've had 3 promotions since then. It's been a rise like few others have been capable of through the years. But this is Al-Nassr's night right now, and it could get even better. Coman, Ronaldo just going to have to wait. But he does wait, but he can't find the ball for Felix.
Overhit that slightly, Kingsley Coman. A man with a great assist record this season, 11 to his name already. Overhit that ball there into Cristiano Ronaldo, who might have just overstretched himself trying to get on the end of it by the looks of it.
Well, he will not want to leave this scene this early. But he'll also be thinking about the bigger picture, making sure the fresh legs can keep Al-Nassr moving towards the title, making sure that he doesn't overexert himself ahead of a potential record-breaking 6th World Cup appearance this summer.
There you go. It was the pass from Kingsley Coman, just asked too much of his captain. You see there, just slightly pulls up. He, more than anyone, knows his own body. And we saw him substituted before the end of the Al-Hilal game last week. We saw those pictures of him on the in the dugout, so disappointed, and they all thought that they'd won the title. But I think there's a little bit more belief inside the stadium now. There's been belief inside the stadium all season. What a super season, Al Nassr. I think the recruitment of George Jesus as manager, a manager that has something to prove in this league. He would have felt harshly done to with Al-Hilal, the way that he was relieved of his duties. As we get another opportunity to look at this free kick. There's only ever one place that this was going. It's such a good delivery, it really is. It defeats everybody. Stays low, it's got pace and power. Even Martinez at the far post can't get a touch on it, can't deny that man. His 27th goal of the season. And everyone's here to watch him this evening. Everyone who loves him. I don't think you'll find many inside this stadium that don't. And he's surely now going to get his hands on that silverware. He's like a boxer, isn't he, in his corner, and the corner men looking after him.
How far ahead is he on points?
Oh, I think he's just about there. I think if it was a boxing match, it may have been stopped by now.
Al-Awwal Park, a cauldron of noise. They've been waiting since 2019 for this. 15 minutes to go. Despite the supremacy, it is still going to feel like a long 15 minutes for Al Nassr. But what is 15 minutes when you've waited 7 years?
It will feel like an eternity, an absolute eternity for those inside the stadium. Those away to our left-hand side, they believe the noise is there. It's apparent they think they're over the line. There'll be some that have vivid memories of last week. But what a party is going to ensue this evening. It will go long into the night.
Mane's touch, Felix. The only one of Al Nassr's forward players that haven't scored tonight. Mane, it's a corner. The flag is up for offside. Just coming up to 20 to 11 in the evening in Riyadh. What time do you think people might be heading to bed tomorrow morning?
Maybe 10:38 tomorrow evening. It will be a party that will live long in the memory. I'm sure we had this conversation last week and we were cut short, very short. But this does feel a little different, doesn't it?
It's a 2-goal cushion right now for Al Nassr. It is a very different, with great respect to Damac, calibre of opponent that they are trying to see off tonight compared to a week ago. Mane just managed to push it in the direction of Al-Khaibari. Yaya's going to leave it for Mane. Khaibari, as Kingsley Coman isn't going to get his shot away. Eventually the whistle does go. And really for Damac from here, they are relying on matters elsewhere now, aren't they?
Yeah, you would suspect that their race is run here. There's a lot of tired bodies out there. Fall back there, Housawi going down holding his left hamstring. They've almost put them into submission, Al Nassr. They've just kept going, kept plugging away. Not been pretty at times, but in a way that we talk about Al-Hilal so often, they've found a way, and they've had to find a way this evening, Al Nassr.
Well, he's not going to be able to go on here, Sanusi Hassawi. And that is at least appears to be the indication coming from the medical staff.
I think that was the universal signal for substitution.
We're going to be seeing this goal for many, many years.
They won't mind. They will not mind. Came for a celebration last week. They've had to wait a week, but they're going to get one this evening, that is for sure.
And sometimes, just sometimes, the sweetest big wins are the ones that you have to suffer pain to get towards.
They wouldn't have believed you this time last week.
It's nearly done for Al Nassr. At the moment, Damac are playing with 10, and that's a problematic ball. There are spaces all over the place. Mane, Ronaldo. Well, I don't know whether he thought Kevin was going to get there, but he didn't, but neither did Ronaldo. So Al Nassr throw.
Still full of running, Joe Felix. There's those pockets of space, these little holes, always creates a problem.
Coman. Bouchal. Ronaldo, another one! Another one for Cristiano Ronaldo. The dream scenario playing out for Al Nassr. Unstoppable. This is the team that are going to win the Saudi Pro League in 2026.
There you go. There is the title that you've been waiting for. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Signed, sealed, delivered. Really good play down the right-hand side by Bouchal. Excellent piece of wing-back play. Looks up and he sees his captain. Picks him out with a pinpoint pass, and it's the pace, it's the power, it's the precision, and that famous celebration that he can now do with a league title. Get ready for the trophy lift. You've got it.
A smile as wide as the kingdom, and the kingdom is his. He's fighting back the tears, Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm not sure he's fighting them back. I think they're coming. You see what it means to a player. You look at what he's achieved over his career. 41 years of age, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues, 3 Premier Leagues, the international honours that he's got. Yet look what it means to him to win a league title here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
He needs to get himself forward. Al Nassr are going to get another one, I think. Coman. Offside flag is up. I don't think there's an Al Nassr player on the pitch right now that isn't smiling. These are iconic scenes. Damac, but at the moment there is just nothing that they can do to stop this Al Nassr team. Joao Felix, Cristiano Ronaldo, not a hat-trick for now. Kevin Sharp to a slightly loose touch from the Portuguese. I'm mean, he just can't stop crying, Ronaldo.
I think he's run his race. I think he's very tired. He's a 41-year-old that's very, very tired. He's had a long, hard season. I think Jorge Jesus might look at his captain now and think, OK, come and sit next to me, have a rest. You've done your job.
Whether he wants to do that is another case altogether. And I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo will be the only one shedding tears inside this stadium tonight. Tears of pure joy. Angelo's coming on. It's not Ronaldo's number that up, it is that of Yaya. So there's going to be a brief appearance off the bench at the end for Angelo. It's his 50th Saudi Pro League appearance. He's going to be a title winner at 21. Change for Damac as well. Kita departing. Khalid Al-Samari on in his place. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Ayman Yaya? He's one of the undisputed quiet heroes of this Al Nassr team. Wow. That sums it up, doesn't it? 4-1 up, and you've got the hunger to go and do that, Joao Felix. Damac corner, but the situation is beyond them. They are just in there for pride now, and in there for hope that there's an Al-Awwal equaliser against Al Riyadh. In from Kaiki, won by Simakan, and he's there again to clear. Man of the match tonight?
Well, just scan that QR code and select Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. I think we all know where it's going.
When it comes towards Meite, really good bit of defending by Bouchard, who was clattered off the back of his bravery.
He's done well tonight, he has. He's a player that I really like. He signed in 2022 from Al Fatah. He's been in and out of the side. With a change now coming up from Jorge Jesus.
It's a double change, Garib and Al Hamdan, and off goes Sadio Mane, goal scorer, and Cristiano Ronaldo, match winner for Al Nassr tonight. His job is done.
Mane opened the evening. Unusually, free header from a set play, but that man there, what a job that he's done this season. And that's how much he loves the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What a time that he's had here in this country. Means so much to him. He said 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues, 3 Premier Leagues in the UK. So many international caps, but look what it means to him to win silverware in this country that's become his own. He's at home and he's happy. And he's got that league title, he knows it.
A quite remarkable reception for a quite remarkable man. And an embrace with Sadio Mane, who has been part of this journey with Ronaldo, along with all those who chant his name.
This is what he came here to do. It's taken him longer than he would have wanted, but he's done it. Slightly different picture from the dugout this week than last.
Could barely watch, could he, a week ago, in the conclusion of that game against Al Hilal. He can soak it all up tonight, knowing that there's nothing that is going to stop Al Nassr from here. Here's Kaiki. Last 2 minutes, too close to Bento. He's had a great deal to do tonight, Bento, and that I'm sure will be a pleasure to him. And the tears of joy are flowing again for Cristiano Ronaldo. Can't control the emotions.
As we say in Yorkshire, put the kettle on, get the Saudi coffee, get it ready, the Saudi coffee and the dates, because there's a good party to be had tonight.
The date with destiny has arrived for Al Nassr. 60 seconds to go. And they're going to enjoy every single last one of them. What a job Jorge Jesus has done.
Has he just put a little bit of water in his hair and slicked it back, ready for the cameras? Look, he looks a little bit sleeker than he normally does. I think he knows there's a trophy presentation coming.
And there is. Four minutes to go. That is all that is left for Al Nassr. After all these many years of waiting, the prize is coming home. Garib. Al-Hamdan, Garib. Free-flowing Al Nassr in their groove. Joao Felix! Deserved one.
He's played well tonight, Felix, as he has most weeks for Al Nassr. His last substitution, Jorge Jesus. Good piece of play from Al-Hamdan. It's unfortunate, Al-Hamdan. He's brought on most weeks as a substitute. Last week, I think it was a defensive substitute that the centre-forward was brought on for. But now they can all enjoy it as a squad.
Still playing, by the way, in that game between Al Riyadh and Al-Awwal. They are in stoppage time. It is still 1-0 to Al Riyadh. So Damac are going to be relegated. Al Riyadh are going to survive unless there's an Al-Awwal equaliser, because Damac are not going to get the point they needed tonight.
You forget, don't you? We get caught up in the permutations of Al Nassr winning the league, and what a celebration and an incredible achievement it is for them. Damac, on the other hand, is a completely different side to this story. They're now going to be relegated from the league because of the results this evening.
Off goes Nawaf Bouchal, and on for some late minutes. A player that has very much been on the periphery of the team in recent months, Nader Al-Sharari. In comes the Damac free kick, seen out by Martinez. It's been quite the tussle, hasn't it, between Al Nassr and Al Hilal. Great credit to these two giants of this fabulous city. It's been one heck of a title race. Al Nassr are going to be the first past the finishing post.
It's incredible for Al Hilal. When you look at the job that Inzaghi's done, they're going to finish second in a league that they haven't lost a game in. I mean, that's been replicated this season in the Portuguese league with Benfica and Jose Mourinho, obviously looking like he's moving on to pastures new. But to not lose a game the whole season and finish second just shows you what a winning machine that Al Nassr are.
Felix, Al-Hamdan, Garib. Silla's poke forward. Martinez, who is lunging at everything. Al-Amri will do the same. Martinez just being told to calm down a little by one or two of his teammates.
He's celebrating, kicking the ball so high into the stand they can't get it back. Look at this, look at the enjoyment. This is what everybody here has been waiting for.
The final few seconds of the most compelling Saudi Pro League season of many, many years.
When there's an event in the kingdom, the world stands and watches. Here comes another one. Here we go.
Al Nassr are the champions of 2026. And how fitting that Cristiano Ronaldo has led the charge on the night when it mattered most. 2 goals. And finally, for the first time in 7 years, Al Nassr sit above them all again. This is a party that's going to go long into the night. And indeed, I imagine, is going to go on for many, many weeks in this city. Ronaldo, Riyadh, a relationship that was meant to be. To win tonight, Al Nassr. They knew that Al Hilal were not going to give them an inch, because they haven't given them an inch all season. And what contrast to the scenes we had a week ago inside this stadium, where Al Nassr wondered whether they chucked it all away. But it's a state of mind. And the mentality monsters have come to the fore.
He's done it. He's finally done it, and they've done it together as a collective. Look at this stadium, the atmosphere and the surroundings of this stadium, the noise and the colour that's here to celebrate the league title finally. That's what he came to the kingdom to do, and he's done it, and you can see what it means to him. All of his honours, personally and team honours over the years. And that man there, George Jesus, deserves so much credit for what he's done with this Al Nassr side. He's not only won the league with them, but he's changed their identity, he's changed the way that they play. From pre-season, you could see a different Al Nassr. You could see a belief, you could see an intelligence in their play. 41 years of age, Cristiano Ronaldo wins yet another league title.
He writes his own scripts, doesn't he?
Certainly hasn't written the ending, that is for sure, because nobody knows when it'll be. Ever nearing that 1,000 goal mark, and you just see the love, the passion for the game, and the relationship that he's got with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He knows why he was brought to Al Nassr, and since he's been here, the way that he's connected with the supporters, the way that he's connected with the country, everything to him is about Al Nassr. And his reaction at that final whistle, it said everything. What a big week it's been for Bento as well. He had such a terrible game last week against Al Hilal. It looked like he'd thrown away the league title. Talking to his captain there, the relief that he must have as well. The relief inside this stadium. Said at the start of the season, there was belief, there was true belief inside this stadium at the start of the season that this was going to be their year after so long. And it looked that way. They won their first 10 league games of the season, and then the drop-off came, the inevitable drop-off in form. But then the strength, the courage, the capability and the belief came back. Got towards the end of the season against Al Hilal last week, and everyone thought, oh no, that's the opportunity gone. But no, they're losing the Champions League 2 final last weekend, yet they're still here and they win the league title. The all-elusive league title they've been waiting for. You ask any of these players, and George Jesus at the start of the season, which is the trophy you most want to win, they're just about to lift it.
And let us not forget as well, amongst these scenes of great Al Nassr celebrations, such despondency that will be rippling through the Damac camp because they have been relegated. The defeat here coupled with Al Riyadh's win over Al-Awwal tonight has sent Damac down to the second tier. But the world has watched Cristiano Ronaldo and Al Nassr do what they needed to do tonight. And ultimately they've done it in a fitting and comprehensive manner for a title winner. Al Nassr 4, Damac 1. So, Paul Robinson, let's remind ourselves of how this story played out tonight with the opening goal, the only goal of the first half, scored by Sadio Mane.
It wasn't easy for Al Nassr at times, and it took them a while to break the deadlock, and it come from an unlikely source, as in a set play, not the goal scorer. You've seen Mane score many a goal, but actually to find himself free from a set play. And from that point on, there was only going to be one winner of this game. They did have their nervy times. Kingsley Coleman was excellent down that right-hand side, creates so much, but actually he was the goal scorer in this instance. Brilliantly sets himself up on his left foot, hits it hard and low into the goalkeeper's bottom right-hand corner. And from that point on, you thought that was it, job done. But in true Al Nassr style, the story wasn't yet over. It's such a wonderful finish, really low trajectory on the ball.
And amongst it all, we probably forget there was a 5-minute period where Damac threatens to wreck the party tonight with the penalty they were awarded for the handball by Simakam.
Well, we didn't see that initially, did we? I mean, it was Simakam making a genuine attempt to play the ball. It's hit his hand on the way to goal. There you are, and the referee came to the decision of penalty. It's a really well-taken penalty in the end by Silla. And at that point, you thought, surely not again for Al Nassr. Bento goes the right way, gets a decent hand on it, can't keep the ball out, but credit to Al Nassr from then on in. They went and won the game.
And the last 2 goals of this astonishing season scored by this astonishing man.
Are you surprised? Not really, no. I mean, it's a free kick in a really good area. He's only got one thing on his mind there, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's hitting that far corner. He wants that ball to go exactly where it's gone. If anyone gets a touch on it in the meantime and helps it in the net, all well and good. If they don't, that's what happens.
And I mean, he was fighting back the tears, wasn't he, at the very end, having scored his second and Al Nassr's fourth.
Well, he knew at this point that was it. He knew at this point that was it, that the celebrations were starting. And it's a really good piece of play from Nawaf Bouchal, the right back, that we actually missed because of the goal scorer. You look how quick he is into a position just by the byline. He takes a touch and he looks up and he picks out his captain. He gets a deflection on the way, but it's the just sheer pace on the strike.
Al Nassr 4-1 winners and doing what they needed to do, because there was a game of great importance elsewhere tonight with Al Hilal at Al Fayha. They scored the first goal of the game in the 4th minute, and it turned out to be the only goal of the game, that strike from Sultan Mandash. So Al Hilal 1-0 winners at Al Fayha, but they needed Al Nassr to drop points tonight if they were to take the league title away from them. And once that news had filtered through that Al Nassr had got the job done, Al Hilal knew that it was to be the consolation prize and the desperate disappointment of a 2nd place finish for Al Hilal and Simone Inzaghi's troops. And of course there were 2 parts to the tale tonight as well. The title was to be decided, as was the final relegation place as well, and Al Riyadh escaping the bottom 3 on the final night. The winner scored by Toze after just 5 minutes, and that was enough to beat already relegated Al-Awwal. And coupled with Damac's defeat at Al Nassr tonight, Al Riyadh celebrating survival. So it has been quite the night for this city, hasn't it? Wonderful scenes at the end of that game. 6 goals tonight between Al Ittihad and Al Qadisiyah, so let's spin through them now for you. And I almost feel with this scoreline tonight that this is the sort of ending to Al Ittihad's season that perhaps was rather fitting of the whole situation. They've lost 5-1 at home to Al Qadisiyah tonight, and he is a story amongst it as well. Julian Quinones, who got a hat-trick tonight against Al Ittihad. 2 goals in the first half in very quick succession too.
هذا هو كأس دوري روشن السعودي، جاي لمين؟ لصاحبه، جاي للبطلة، جاي للنصر، الكأس اللي تعبوا عنها. الآن ستبدأ مراسم التتويج، نبغى نسمع بأعلى صوت. جاهزين؟ أقوى، جاهزين؟ هذه لحظتكم، وهذه اللحظة المنتظرة اللي كل نصراوي ينتظرها. هذا هو النصر اللي نعرفه، نصر اللي يحضر في المواعيد الكبيرة، نصر يصنع الفرق ويكتب التاريخ. ونرحب أولا
Ok, pessoal, de volta aqui com o Mr. Jorge Jesus. Mr., boa noite, parabéns aí por esse título. Você prometeu e entregou, falou que vinha para cá para ajudar o Cristiano Ronaldo a conquistar esse título e conseguiu hoje. Parabéns pelo resultado.
Obrigado, é uma vitória de todos. Foi um projeto difícil. Quando eu aceitei este desafio, sabia que era difícil, porque do outro lado tinha uma equipa que, o caso do Al-Awwal, que praticamente eu ajudei a construir uma grande equipa, e para vencer este campeonato à frente do Al-Awwal teríamos que ser muito melhores, e fomos, porque fizemos um grupo muito unido. Isto é uma vitória de toda a gente, e principalmente para o Cris, porque ainda não tinha ganho nenhum título na Arábia Saudita, e eu só aceitei este desafio porque lhe disse: vou-te ajudar a ser campeão, vamos ganhar o título e depois vou-me embora, que é o caso. Acabou.
Acabou?
Para mim acabou, é o último jogo que eu vou fazer, que eu fiz no Al-Nassr.
Mas você já sabe para onde vai depois?
Vou para Portugal, vou passar férias 2, 3 dias, 4 dias a Portugal, e depois penso ir ao Brasil, penso ir ao Rio.
Tem muita gente lá te esperando, a torcida do Flamengo te ama e outras torcidas também anseiam com o Jorge Jesus, então a gente pode ver Jorge Jesus no Brasil, quem sabe?
Sim, mas não a treinar, vou ao Brasil só passar férias.
Esse Al-Nassr, você falou, foi um desafio muito grande. A gente tinha pelo menos 5 equipes brigando por esse título de Saudi Pro League. Acredito que tenha sido a Saudi Pro League mais difícil. Queria que você falasse se você sentiu isso em campo também e o quanto essa equipe do Al-Nassr entra ali nas principais da história do Jorge Jesus.
Sim, foi a mais difícil. Eu fui campeão pelo Al-Awwal com 16 pontos de avanço. Hoje não foi isso, mas é uma vitória de toda a gente. Os jogadores merecem, este clube está a crescer. O Cris fez que o Al-Nassr tivesse uma dimensão, não só na Arábia Saudita, mas fora da Arábia Saudita, muito grande. E agora há que desfrutar e até à próxima.
Valeu, mister, parabéns, viu? Esse foi Jorge Jesus informando aqui pra gente, em primeira mão, que foi o último jogo dele pelo Al-Nassr, né? Ainda não se sabe o futuro. Eu perguntei ali sobre o Brasil, ele falou que vai para lá para passar férias, mas a gente tem uma grande notícia aí, que o Jorge Jesus não continua no Al-Nassr para a próxima temporada. Bom. Ready? Ok, pessoal, de volta aqui com Sadio Mane. Brasil. Mane, bonsoir, felicitações. What a year for you, and champion with Senegal in Africa Championship, champion with Nassr now. How has been 2026 for you?
So far, so good. So far, so good. Of course, I think nothing is easy. From the beginning, it was not easy, but hard work, keep believing, keep pushing hard every single day. In the end of the day, I got to some rewards, so I'm really happy about it.
Did you expect it to be one of the stars of the night?
Of course, I think this is very important for each of us. Me, Coman, Cristiano, I think we show up tonight to help the team to win this title because, of course, the fans, the club expect us to do this kind of things. We did it tonight and a good, really great moment. So happy about it.
How special is to make a duel with Cristiano Ronaldo, help him to win this trophy?
Of course, it's great. Great player, so I won't be here to talk about Cristiano, how he did, what he did. It's just incredible. We all know about it. And we are happy to have him in our squad because, of course, he did a fantastic season with Joao Felix also. And, of course, Kingsley Coman and all the other players. So let's say it's about the team.
Merci. Felicitações. Esse foi Sadio Mane dando uma moral aqui pra gente. Eu perguntei pra ele sobre a importância desse título, sobre ser dupla com Cristiano Ronaldo. E espero que meus amigos traduzam aí, porque eu vou ter que passar para a próxima transmissão aqui agora.
Let's talk about winning the Champions Cup.
I think it was great tonight, very great. Special trophy for us. We are really happy about it, and it was not an easy season for us, but we keep believing, we keep pushing, and at the end of the day, we won the title.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ok, pessoal, de volta aqui com Kingsley Coman. Bonsoir. Félicitations. Parlez-moi de l'émotion. Qu'est-ce que tu ressens à ce moment?
Très heureux, très fier. On a fait un très bon travail. On a tout donné, les supporters sont contents, tout le monde est heureux, donc c'est top.
Les supporters chantent ton nom, crient ton nom. Tu fais déjà part de l'histoire du club.
Oui, je pense qu'on a fait une bonne saison en tant qu'équipe et j'ai beaucoup aidé l'équipe. Et je ressens beaucoup d'amour des supporters et j'essaie de leur donner en retour en donnant tout sur le terrain.
C'est spécial de travailler avec Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo est spécial, tout le monde le sait. Donc c'est bien, on a aidé à gagner le titre. C'est un titre qu'il voulait beaucoup, on a gagné tous ensemble. Mais je sais qu'aujourd'hui, il va très très bien dormir. Et voilà, c'est toujours une fierté de jouer avec des légendes.
Félicitations. Merci. Esse foi Kingsley Coman falando pouquinho sobre como é trabalhar com Cristiano Ronaldo, falando também pouquinho sobre esse título, né? O quanto é importante esse título para ele, que ele também já é ídolo daqui do torcedor, que grita e canta o nome dele. Falou pouquinho aqui com o canal Gold.
Oh, congratulations to you. Let's talk about champion. Sorry. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3. Congratulations to you. Let's talk about its champion.
Yes, we are really happy. We did a good job today. We did a good job to the season, and we are proud to be champion.
it.